welcome back to my channel, or if you're new and just tuning in, hello and welcome. I'm going to do a makeup video and try on all the wigs that I currently have in my possession. These are not all of the wigs, obviously, because I've returned some of them at this point in order to get the newer ones. But I wanted to kind of see if it makes a difference in any of my wig looks. So my previous videos will obviously be of me trying on the wigs, but I didn't have any makeup on during those, and so you get to see, if you look back anyways, or if you have been watching my journey with it, what I would look like with each of the wigs that I've tried on for you guys without makeup. And now this video you'll get to see with makeup. I found one other video where I tried on my red wig that I am keeping with a makeup look that I did, and it looked great. It's now my profile picture for my YouTube page and my Instagram page and all my pages basically. But I figured I would try it with all of the wigs because there are a couple of wigs that I'm not quite set on. Like I like, but not and so I want to see if it makes a difference by wearing makeup or not. Not that I would make that determination of keeping something over makeup, but you get what I mean, right? It would help a little bit. So I already put some chapstick on and some moisturizer on. However, I think my face could obviously use some more because it's very dry. I'm trying to decide what look to do that would go best with all the wigs, but I think I'm going to do a plum looking color because that's like the basic lipsticks I have right now, and unfortunately I haven't gotten any new lipsticks lately that, well, I have gotten some new lipsticks, but they all kind of just match that same color theme. And I also don't want to do like a really colorful look because it won't go good with every look that I have. And I don't want to do a neutral look again like I did for my video with the red wig. And shoot, I'm just thinking about the fact that I filmed a video with plum purple colors for Valentine's Day, but that's fine. Okay. Oh, what do I need? Don't need these, don't need these, don't need that. I'm just trying to decide what's like most important to my look. I don't want to do a major look also because I'm not going anywhere. And so like if I wear glitters and things like that, it's just not going to go to good use. I'd rather save the glitters for like when I'm going out or something like that. I do have the glitter shimmer shade I might add, but we shall see. Trying to find, there it is. I have concealer that I use and certain makeup products that I like over others, and I want those for my look today. Now I'm trying to find my brow color, which is very difficult in a sea of everything that looks like the same. Okay, I think I got it. Yep. I'm going to put a little bit more Carmex on my lips. So I'm using Carmex in the strawberry scent. And boy, does it smell exactly like a ripe strawberry. Like a very juicy strawberry. It's amazing. My lips are in great demand of this product. regardless of makeup. Okay. What palette to use? I'm kind of tempted to use this palette, the Modern Dreamer from NYX, because it's got a lot of plum shades right here and even some down here. And there's always the James Charles palette that has some plum colors in it, but I've used this palette like a dozen times for those colors, so. But they are very pretty. This one actually doesn't have as many plum colors as this one does, so I'll use this one. I've had this palette for so long and it's still a great palette. I know that they have a shelf life. Does it even say on the box the shelf life? It doesn't. Well, that's inappropriate. Oh yeah, it does, 12 months. I've definitely had this longer than that. I think I got this for my birthday, I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago. It's been a long time. But, I mean, I haven't had a problem with it. My eyes never get irritated or have issues with it because of me using it. And I mean, the pans are so big that, and there's so many colors, some of them which I haven't even touched or I've swatched, but I haven't even like used. And I plan to in the future, so. Okay, Modern Dreamer palette. Let's get into it. I'm going to start with my brows. And of course, I need a mirror, and so I'm just going to use the palette that has the nicest mirror, the Juvia's Place palette. Ice. I love Ice. That's the palette name. So I'm using a AM to PM Lottie London Espresso. I think it's an eyeliner, but I use it because it's my perfect shade of brow. It's not the greatest in terms of lines for your brows. So you kind of have to go really light and then blend it. But it matches my color to the best ability. And so I use this right now. I don't like to, unless I accidentally get Ipsy, which I am getting for the month of February. I don't like to buy new makeup typically. And I did buy some new makeup when I got my Ulta orders, as some of you may have seen if you watched any of my previous Ulta videos in the last couple months. However, I didn't get any brow stuff or anything like that because I have some and I didn't want to get more of stuff I already have, you know. I don't know if like filling out my brows is going to make the wigs look more like they match me or less, because my eyebrows are darker than some of the wig colors, but we shall find out. That's kind of the whole point about it, because I make my brows a little bit more filled out and dark than they are. Well, not dark, they're kind of blonde, but they're not blonde anymore. They used to be more blonde and they darkened. It's way too dark. I need to buff that out. But it's nice because there's a brush. It's nice because it matched my darker, it will match my darker wigs, that's for sure, but it won't match the blonde wigs. So it's kind of like, what do I do for the blonde wigs if this doesn't work? And I'd love to find out. Buff that color out. I don't even think this is a name brand brush. Oh wait, it is. It's a Daisy Fuentes brush. Obviously brush duo. Brow brush and regular brush, like an eyeliner. I think it's an eyeliner brush. It's pretty thick though, so maybe not. Spoolie and brow brush duo. Oh, so it's a brow brush. That makes sense. Duh. That'd be nice if that's what I used it for. And then I touch it up with some concealer too, so don't worry. I know it gets a little dark sometimes. I'm trying to remember to like let you know what products I'm using, because I know that's kind of important to some people. I just forget usually. And sometimes I'm trying to do my makeup fast. I usually like let you know what palette I'm using, but I will forget about like what brush type I'm using, how I like the product, and that kind of thing. So the concealer I'm using is really a foundation, but it's like a sample size that I got from Ipsy a very, very long time ago of MAC foundation, and it's NC20 Studio Fix powder plus foundation. And I need to get it, the powder, in like a bigger version, because I'm obsessed with it and I'm almost out, which pisses me off because I've been using this for years, like years. The pan is like an eyeshadow pan, and then it had like a sponge, but that got nasty, so I just threw that out and I use a brush, or I use a smaller brush for like light concealing stuff like this, like going over my eyebrow bone. And then for my like face, when I want to do like a foundation on my face, I will use a bigger brush, obviously. But I'm obsessed with this color. It fits my shade fairly well, and it gets rid of my redness, which I've always found difficult to do. And not only does it just get rid of my redness, but it also what was I gonna say? Shit, I lost my train of thought. It also covers, I said it covers my redness, right? Yeah. It also doesn't affect my oily or dry skin. Like, because part of my skin is oily and part of my skin is dry. And it doesn't affect either area negatively, from what I can tell. I don't usually use it often, but it does a great job of what I need it to. It conceals very well. And I don't use a color corrector underneath it or anything. Like, let's look at that dot that is on my forehead that I've been trying to get rid of that hasn't gone away yet. And I'm just gonna dab it with this. Gone. It's a huge dot. See that dot, like that indent right there that I have on my eye? Gone. Redness, gone. And even my bags will disappear. Speaking of, I am gonna use a big brush and I am gonna dab it in here, get some on this brush, and get rid of my redness, because that's a huge part of why some of the wigs don't look as good, I feel like. And so if I can fix that, then there's no need to worry about what wig I'm wearing. And I can tell for sure which wig will look good and which wig will not. So it's not a full coverage at all by any means, but it does the job in terms of like getting rid of certain things. redness a little bit. If the pan was fuller, it would be a lot easier, but it's not, so I have to dip into it more. And it only gets on one area of the brush because of the way it's there. It covers under eye baggage. I have like a natural blushy tone, so I don't cover it all usually. But I really want you to see how different my face looks. I feel like my skin looks so much more natural just with this. I don't have to like use a liquid foundation. I don't have to bother with any of that. It doesn't negatively affect my skin, make me patchy. Also doesn't make me break out or anything. It's truly a very nice fix for a lot of my problems. Took away the redness in my nose immediately. Okay. Like you can see areas where I didn't quite get enough of it in that are red. Like, and then the areas that I did, not red. It's pretty great. And then like above here, you can see like I got my brow bone really well, but then above it, not so much. It's just, it does the job, man. There's nothing much really else I can say about it, but it does the job. Gets rid of those bags. At least a little bit. I mean, it's not a miracle drug or anything. But compared to before, I feel like it looks 10 times better. Okay. So now we have foundation and my brows done. And we've got, what else? I had moisturizer done. Sorry, I'm readjusting. You all know that for those of you who have been watching my channel, most of you know that I have a knee injury, a torn meniscus, as well as back problems. I have a million pillows behind me, if you can't tell, as well as a ton of laundry that I have to fold. But I had a back procedure the other day, so I can't do a whole lot. And the pillows really help. But as far as my knee, I can't crisscross anymore, which I love to do when filming, so it's kind of difficult. I always either go too light or too dark on contour. There's no real in between for me. It's kind of frustrating. I've done it right like a couple of times, and that's about it. Too dark. Maybe not. My cat is pissed because all of the stuff next to me, she can't lay next to me, and she always lays next to me. She loves me. I love her, but I'm busy. And she was in like half my other videos before I moved all the stuff around that I needed for this one. So I was like, no, you don't need to be in this one. Go take a break from the stardom. She doesn't even know she's on camera. That's the funny part. She actually really hates being on camera. Anytime I go to take a picture of us or her, and she catches me doing it, she will leave. She really does hate pictures. I do my double chin. See, I got a little too dark on that. Need to buff that out. What else do I need to contour? My nose. Duh. Just a tiny bit. I've over contoured my nose a lot. It's really hard because of the shape of my nose to get it like to where it doesn't look dumb. I have like a weird bump right here in my nose from where the nose like curves or something. I don't know. I have thought about a nose job. If I had enough money in my life, I'd probably get a nose job. But also, I'm not really worried about it because I don't like to be a perfectionist when it comes to looks or anything like that. And so I'm not really concerned about looking like really perfect or anything like that. My nose is very dark. I'm definitely gonna have to buff that out with this. Much better. Except right there. Okay, looks like I have a nose again. What a real nose. That contour is a little dark, but it also looks good in this lighting. The only thing that looks shitty is my neck. Forgive my neck. So for those of you who don't know, I am getting gastric bypass surgery. However, that won't be until June or July. Probably July or the beginning of July anyways. And so I'll be recovering during my birth month, unfortunately. Because that's my birth month is July. And I'm happy about it because I'm going to lose a lot of weight from it. But also, it kind of sucks during my birthday month. But if I get it at the beginning of the month in July or even the end of June, if that's a possibility, because my last appointment with the doctor to like approve everything is in the beginning of June. So I'm hoping that maybe they can get it approved and get me a date by like mid-June and have it ready for like a couple weeks out. And that would be fantastic. Because then I'd have about 4 weeks where I'm recovering and losing weight, and by the time I have my birthday, I'll have A, lost a little bit of weight, and B, recovered enough that I can go out and do my annual trip to Lake Tahoe. We have gone for 2 years straight now, and that's not a long time for a tradition or anything like that, or making it like an annual thing, but we love Lake Tahoe. I try to go when it's hottest because that way we can swim, because the water is freezing cold from the snow melt no matter what. And so unless it's really hot outside, the water doesn't feel safe enough to swim. So I do my mascara before I do my eye look most of the time, because that way I don't ruin the makeup look and it gives it time to dry. And then I could build on it. I also like don't want to poke my eye out, and because if I do, then I cry and it will, all my makeup will run, versus just the mascara and a little bit of the under eye, which I can fix with more concealer. I just had a burp come up right when I had my mouth open. That felt awkward. It's like a really big gurgle. It felt like painful. Like not really painful or anything, but like odd. Kind of like unfamiliar. So one thing about my cat is she snores heavily. Like for a cat, she's the loudest I've ever seen. She talks in her sleep sometimes, moves her lips like that, literally makes that exact noise, and she snores like a sounds exactly like that. And it's hilarious. And so if you ever hear that, that's what's going on. I usually like hear it myself and will let you guys know, but if you ever hear that and I haven't explained why, that's why. Okay, so I've done pretty much everything besides the obvious lipstick and the eye look. So let's get into that. You know what? I should, no. I was gonna contour right here, but with the wigs on, that's not a good idea. Okay. Let's get into the eye look, in which I need a million brushes for. I have not cleaned these in the last couple of makeup videos I've done, and I know that's not great. I just haven't done it, but I will do it this round, so that'll help. But I always use basically the same colors. The only time I washed them was when I did the blue look, because obviously blue is very strong color, and so if I didn't wash the brush, then, well, it would just be continuously on it. Okay. So this is the best brush for like filling in my eye, and it's got brown on it right now, so I'm gonna try and get a little bit of that off, but it's mostly just stained, so it's not too bad. And then they don't have shade names, so I'm just gonna like point to which one. I'm gonna use this one right here, and most of this, like half of this row, and then some of these three, probably. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. I thought a spider just crawled on my leg and I was freaking out. Ooh, half a second freak out there. Okay, so here we go. Dipped into the pan. It's really dark looking on the screen. It's actually really bright looking compared to the color that it actually is. So I'm just gonna go in and pat that on my eye. I think these shades are very buildable, but I also think there's fallout, so I'm probably gonna need more concealer at the end of this. I think that this is so pretty. Whoa. I think that's gorgeous. This is the nicest dark plum color I've ever seen, and I'm kind of living for it. I'm going to do the light color on the outside and build up that shade, but I want to start with this eye first. So that's what that looks like. I might try to do a crease cut, but I've never really done one successfully, and I also don't know where my liquid eyeshadow is, so that might be difficult. I've done one, just not in a very long time. Do those look the same? Sort of. This one goes out a little further, doesn't it? My eyes are hooded, so trying to find like where the line shows it is difficult. So obviously like that, it looks really pretty, but then like this, it doesn't look as pretty usually. So it's really difficult to work with. That's how my eye looks always go though. Now we're gonna do a light color. on the inside. I'm not going to use, oh wait, I might have to. I'm totally going to have to use a liquid foundation because it just doesn't show up if I do it like that. Okay, where did the bag go? I'm going to find it. Oh, that wasn't hard. There it is. Wait, is this the primer though? Yes, this is the primer. Wrong item. There's the right item. The bottles look exactly the same, so it's hard. This is the Tarte Tape Shape, I think. No, Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. It's in a little sample bottle as well. But a little goes a really long way, especially when you're just doing it like a cut crease. And I'm not exactly doing a cut crease. I'm just going over a certain part of my lid. Actually, it's a cut crease. I lied. Sort of. It's going to be that whole side right there. Oh, it always does that. I can't open my eyes. Look up during this. Oh shit. That's a lot of makeup that just squirted out that bottle. So I don't need it to be perfect because it's just to go enough to lighten the eye look right there. But now I have to use all this foundation. So it's sort of a cut crease, but not quite. It looks like that. It still looks the same, doesn't it? Odd, right? My face is just really weird like that. That one looks way different. This is why eye looks are sometimes so difficult for me. Okay, it doesn't look totally different. Looks different on camera than it does in person, which is funny to me. Just enough. Now we wait for that to dry. My knee. So I like can bend it still, but I have to go in between bending it and not bending it, basically. Like I have to move a lot. I have so much of this foundation sticking out now. Okay, that's enough of that. That brush definitely would need to be washed now. Now I'm gonna take a different brush and go with the foundation and clean it up if possible. I love how makeup is so fun. So this shade also matches perfectly with my eyes, and I mean not with my eyes, with my skin. And I could tell you the shade. Fair Sand. But the foundation does affect my skin a little bit. It gets a little bit patchy with how dry my skin is. So I prefer the other to this. Okay. Well, that's how that looks. I got most of the foundation off the side of the bottle. Sorry if I get quiet during a video. I'm not a very good multitasker. I do this when I'm playing Fortnite too. So if you've ever watched a Fortnite video of mine, you know that. I can't do two things at once very well. All right, let's finish this look up because it's getting pretty long. I think I might make this into 2 videos. Do this as a look and then do the wigs with the look. Where'd that brush go that I was using? This one. Okay, now I need that back. That blush, light blush color to clean up there. Okay, that is that. And then I'm going to use probably the same brush just wipe it off a little bit and use this very shimmery color. You can't see it over top of it. And then I'm going to use an even lighter color on my brow bone, the actual bone. It's kind of like almost like a light gold. It's really pretty. It is gold. It's a lot golder than I anticipated, but it doesn't really show up on camera. Something's missing. It doesn't quite look right. I might that looks cute. And then the inner lid needs something as well. It needs maybe a silver. Doesn't show up. That's cute. I feel like it looks different on camera than it does in person, but it will. I would love to use this shade. I think I'm going to. It's just a pretty shimmery shade. I'm just going to use a tad. It just shows up on camera so much better. I know it is. It's like holographic. It's gorgeous. It's from this palette. It's this color right here. Can you not? This palette. Right there. It's gorgeous. All of these colors are very pretty. I played with them in another video if you would like to watch that video. This is the look. All right. Now for some lipstick. Now I can't decide between this color and this color. I mean, they're very similar, but not. I think I'm going to go with this because it comes off easier. And I am not going anywhere, so I don't need a long lasting. It's a magnetic tube, and I'm obsessed with magnetic tubes. Actually, is it a magnetic tube? Now I have to think. No, it's just a slide off. But it looked magnetic. I love magnetic tubes, though. So that's the color. Very plummy. Somebody once, I saw a video where they do this. They fill out lines and it makes their lips look plumper. I want to try it, but I don't want to ruin it. I think I'll try it in a different video at some point, or maybe just like afterwards. Alright. Now, I am going to do another layer of mascara. And, yeah. Then I shall finish this video and start the wig try on. Damn. Oh well. It's not horrible. Okay, I'm gonna get up close for you guys. I have to kind of like pick up the whole thing. I always knock over this crystal. Alright, so that's what it looks like. It's not perfect by any means, but it's not horrible. My eye, there's something in it. I think it looks interesting. Okay. And I will see you in the try-on video. Bye.